coming up.
Did you feel like a beta male when she made a joke about you being triggered?
No, I don't look at humanity or masculinity in such stark, primitive, uninformed terms as beta or alpha.
Beta!
Alpha!
Welcome, cultural warriors. I bumped into this video and I thought I should react to it. It's a liberal man who comes to Jesse's show and he's talking about men expressing their feelings and basically being beta males. I think as men, we have lost our essence. As men, I've noticed that less men are getting educated, less men are going to schools, more men are dropping out of schools, more women are getting into schools, getting more educated, and climbing into all these juicy, powerful positions. That is why we have all these laws that are favoring women. Men, we've been busy, dropping our quality for decades now. That's why it seems that the laws are favoring the women because the women are climbing into those positions and are changing laws to favor them. And these women are actually feminists. So it's high time men we start to live up to our potentials and stop allowing ourselves to be overrun by the female species. I'm not saying we're in competition with them. No, they're not even up to, they can't compete with us and we can't compete with them. We all have our different roles, God-given roles, but I'm just saying that we as men, we are losing our own roles very fast. My name is Roland. Welcome once again to Cultural War. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so whenever I drop a new video, you'll be notified. So without wasting time, let's jump into the video.
Why are some of the liberals easily triggered?
It's because there's an enormous assault of bullshit coming at everybody in this country who's fair-minded these days and who cares about those who are in need and cares about the state of the environment, the planet, the country, the rule of law, the state of facts. And so there's a lot coming at us and we need to speed up our pace at addressing these problems. And when there's a lot of bullshit and there's a guy literally making up garbage every day and his followers swallow it up, they should call him his swallowers because they really just swallow whatever he gives them, puts right in their mouth. And you're doing the same. Just take whatever that Trump says uncritically. He makes up things and they're facts to you.
Come back.
And he
come back. You're deviating. Come back.
Facts even about our troops.
So you're saying
even about our troops, that's not a fact to you.
You're saying that liberals are easily triggered because after a while they can't handle the situations that are happening in their lives?
No, because it's very important to be passionate about the problems we're facing.
Amazing.
Triggered is the same as being passionate about things.
So even for the men as well?
Say again?
Even for the men, it's okay that they should be triggered, that they give in to being triggered because they're being passionate?
Well, men historically are a lot more triggerable than women. Women are, generally speaking, more even keel in a public square. Men are the ones who started all the wars in history, if you look at it.
That's amazing.
Facts or not facts?
That's
facts or not facts? Ignore the question. All right.
Are most liberal men beta men? Beta males?
I don't think so.
Why are they easily triggered? Because only a beta male would be triggered.
No, because Trump snowflakes are the most triggerable people in the world.
Have you ever
You say one thing against Trump and they lose their minds.
Have you ever been triggered before?
Sure.
When the last time you were triggered?
I get triggered oftentimes.
And what when you're in a situation and you are triggered, what happens during that situation that makes you lose it?
People say lies blatantly to my face. They share opinions that disregard the well-being of millions of people in this country to just for some reason line further the pockets of rich corporations that they don't even work for or benefit from because they're brainwashed by the president. And that's pretty scary and triggering to me.
On your video I saw where you were triggered on Tommy Lahire's show. What was that like to be triggered in front of women?
You don't like women so much, huh?
No, what was that like for you to be triggered in front of women?
It doesn't bother me to be triggered in front of a woman any more than it does in front of a man because I think all people are equal. It's an idea you should look into.
You were not embarrassed by that the women saw that you were being triggered?
Oh no, I don't have a fragile male ego like you do. I have a very strong male ego that is able to show a full range of emotions and not have it crumble me like a very weak exterior that you're putting out to the world.
But
I'm comfortable having emotion in front of all people, even in front of animals.
Did you feel like a beta male when she made a joke about you being triggered?
No, I don't look at humanity or masculinity in such stark, primitive, uninformed terms as beta or alpha.
Beta!
Alpha! I'm alpha, baby. But a true alpha?
Did you feel like an
This is-
alpha male when you were triggered and the woman made a joke about you being triggered?
Oh, absolutely I did.
You felt like an alpha?
Absolutely I did. I tore off my mic and stormed out. It's a pretty strong thing to do.
Are you
Strong.
married?
Oh, I'm not married, but let me say one thing. And I'm having, by the way, so much premarital sex it would blow your mind. But let me make very clear something else. One of the great problems with society is that people think admitting mistakes or showing emotion is weakness. It's the exact opposite. People who are afraid to admit mistakes, unable to because they think it'll crack the shell of their very fragile Humpty Dumpty ego, or afraid to show emotions, and they have to have this rigid, false, 50-year-ago version of what masculinity is, are people who are so fragile that they lose their mind if you make one joke about their dear leader Trump. To be a real man, you have to be able to experience the full range of emotion, admit a mistake and let it make you stronger because you now have learned from your mistakes, and not have some fragile ego like Trump does that you can't ever admit a mistake as though you're some messiah when he's a clearly lying moron. That's a beta male. Trump's a beta male.
Okay, I got it. When you were growing up,
Yeah,
were you raised by your father and mother?
you better believe it.
They both were in the home?
Yep.
And did your mother trigger your father?
Probably, sometimes.
And you would see your father being triggered by your
And
your
vice
mother?
versa.
But you would see your father being triggered by your mother?
At times.
And did you think that, oh, I love my dad, he's triggered by my mother? You think that was normal at the time?
Well, of course it's normal. Healthy relationships are ones that are two-way relationships and equal. And again, I know you want to go back to like a 1950s,
So when you
keep
were
the
a
woman in the
kid,
kitchen kind of vibe.
So
And I know
we-
you also have said that you think one of the biggest mistakes America made was giving women the right to vote. It's an insane opinion, but you can have it because it's America and we have free thought
when
here.
you were a kid,
Yep.
and you would see your mother trigger your father, you would think as a kid, right on, my dad has been triggered by my mother. You would think that that was normal?
No, my thought would be, I love to see two equal people have an equal argument in a relationship.
So you love seeing your father being triggered?
I just like seeing people deal with things issue by issue and not stick in these camps that for some reason people like you love to put people into camps and not see people and things issue by issue. You like to have these old, disproven, false archetypes. That's all you can see the world under. It's a very simplistic way to see the world.
So you like seeing your father being triggered by
You
your
see how
mother?
you won't engage me in the conversation? You just keep going back to your same questions.
You like
I'm advancing the conversation and you won't even respond to it, let alone acknowledge it. You won't respond to my thoughts. You just keep repeating your question, trying to get a gotcha of me saying
No,
something
I'm
on
trying
camera.
to get answers from you.
I've answered every question.
So you're saying, yes, I like seeing my father being triggered
I
by
did
my
not
mother.
say yes. You weren't listening.
That's what I'm waiting for, an answer
I already
for that.
answered many
I
times.
told you I'm black and slow. I need like answers, yes and no sometimes. And blah, but you know how black people are, they slow.
And I just see humans, you know what I mean?
You never met a black person.
Sometimes I see lime green or orange humans.
So let me ask, were you happy seeing your father being triggered by your mother?
When was the last time you cried?
You're not answering my question.
When was the last
yet.
time you cried?
Answer my question.
No,
then.
my question was first. Order of
I can't remember the last time. Maybe,
But you have cried.
Let me see what I have before.
And what made
I
you
used
cry?
to be a beta male too.
Okay.
I was weak like you are. And I
Oh,
was,
really?
I used to be easy trigger, beta male.
So if you ever
I
cry-
would cry at the movie.
So if you ever cry, you're a beta male?
One time I cried over my girlfriend breaking up. She and I broke up.
Uh-huh.
And I went to a movie and I cried. So when I got home, Mommy said, "Why are you crying?" I just said, "A sad movie."
It's a beautiful tale. But if you ever cry
now
now,
that
if you
I've
ever cry,
answered
you're a
that-
beta male?
Now that I asked that, when you saw your mother triggering your father, you thought, "Wow, that's cool."
Nope.
What did you think when you saw your father being triggered by your mother?
I just thought, oh, my parents are fighting again.
And how about when your father would trigger your mother?
Same.
It didn't bother you to see that your father was weak?
It's weak to you both ways?
With your father, when your mother did it to your father.
No, because, like, you keep
it
not
didn't
hearing-
bother, It didn't bother you
No,
to
because you
see-
keep not acknowledging me saying, I do not
You didn't see it as a weakness.
I do not see it as weakness to
Okay.
show emotion or to be able to have a equal relationship.
Are you an emotional
I see
person?
that as strength, sure. Are you?
No.
At all? Sad to not have emotion in life, huh?
No, it's sad to
You're just a
have it.
mechanistic way to live?
It's sad to have it.
Really? The whole point of life is to feel it.
Real men are not, alpha males are not emotional males.
Really, that's so sad.
Only beta males. But let me ask,
Feeling life to you is
are
weakness?
you in favor
You
of
should
the
just go through like a soldier?
Interesting interview. But my opinion is this: men should not show their emotions. We should stop being beta male. We should stop being crybabies. The last time I did try to be a crybaby, telling people about my problems and how vulnerable I was because I was in a big problem. You know what? All of them dumped me. They all ran away. They'll abandon you. Nobody likes a weak man. Nobody likes someone who's a crybaby man. People are looking for leaders. People are also going through troubles as well. They need someone who is strong that will lead them out of their problems. And that is what a man is. A man is the protector of the family. A man is the provider of a family. Protect your wife, protect your children, provide for them, fight and defend your family. That's a man. That's a true man, not a weak man. A beta man looking for help from somewhere, crying and being all emotional is absolute nonsense. It will pay you nothing to be a beta man. It will pay you nothing. People will look down on you. Don't do that. Trust me, it doesn't work. It pays to be alpha. That's what we're made. That's what we're made to be. That's how God made the man, and that's what we should assume all the time. All right, don't let culture tell you should be weak. Nobody likes weak men. All the great women, all the top women, what they want is a leader, a strong man. A weak man is not attractive at all. Tell me your opinions in the comment section. I'd like to react. I'd like to see what you have to say about this video. Until the next one, my name remains Roland. I'll see you.